A huge year ahead, and going from the early indications with your side, massive on the field. But before we get into the footy, just a welfare check on you and your house. Have you sorted out the roofing situation?
We had a guy come out today from the insurance company, so he's had a look and hopefully he can get the ball rolling a bit and get it all fixed.
So what exactly unfolded for those that are following you on the socials?
That's a big party.
Yeah. Yeah, partied the roofs down, I think. But no, I was at training and then I was actually in the ice bath and Dad had come in and goes, "Mate, your roof's caved in." I said, "What?" Got back to my phone and I just had all these messages and missed calls of someone that was home and then, just came home to that. So
well, the Hello Sport boys, we'll hear from them a little later on. They're helping you out as well, mate. So
good man.
All will be well. 26 unanswered points against the reigning premiers. That's pretty heavy way to start the year.
It was really pleasing. It's definitely not a performance that we're going to fall in love with ourselves over. It was very round one like. There was a lot of errors in the game from both sides and certainly not our best footy, but I thought good signs in terms of our defence and turning up for each other and scrambling hard. Obviously keeping a side like Brisbane to 0. It's no easy feat, so very pleased with that.
It's a typical round one performance. Gus and I spoke about it on the night. Did you have any thoughts about last year, though, coming back to Brisbane up against the Broncos? They were the team that knocked you out of the competition. Yeah. Did you eye that off? You can be honest. You can be honest with us.
A little bit. Like we watched some periods of the game through the pre-season, and it was really disappointing periods that we watched. More so in terms of effort. And I thought, it was the first time in the sort of 4 or 5 year period of dominance we've had where I thought, we were beaten by a fitter team and the team coming home stronger, and that was disappointing. So we just wanted to, not let that happen again. More the effort areas, but coming into half time, I was thinking, I've been in this position before, and there's a few of those nerves coming back. But again, very happy with the way we came out in the second half.
Now, I want to ask you about your partnership with Blaze Talangi. It's obviously your second year together. Now, you're the senior figure there. You had guys like James Maloney try to bring you through. What are you doing to try to bring him along?
I think just trying to bring him out of his shell and allowing him to play freely and play confidently, and I thought he did that well the other night. Also, I think it's so easy to think about your attack all the time as a young player, and Blaze has worked super hard in his defence, so just encourage him to put his body on the line. I thought he was outstanding at that the other night. There's always big boys getting sent at him, but he constantly put his body on the line and shut them down in defence.
What about the madman, Liam Martin? When's he back? Has he got a sore calf? Is he out with a calf?
A calf, yeah. So he's a big chance for this week, but he's going pretty well, so we'll see what happens.
Dace, you wouldn't have been in that opening round match if it wasn't for your old man, Ivan Dennis Denudo, eat your heart out, taking the NRL Judiciary to task. Run us through. So there's the shot. You've got a 2-match ban in the trials. And he goes in there, he throws the book at the NRL, and there you are, free to play.
Yeah.
What was it like seeing your old man there?
It was
is like a court case, isn't it?
It was pretty weird experience. I've never done it before, and it was very nerve-wracking, but Dad held his own and spoke well, got the points across that we wanted to, and we obviously thought we had a pretty good case. That's why we went in there and and then Dad's been claiming it ever since. So, good result and all worked out well.
Gus, you've always said with Ivan, you've sometimes had to check him for a pulse. He's made for the legal world.
Yeah, he's highly intelligent. But he had a good case there because I don't think you hit him in the head, did you?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
that was what came with it.
Any Tigers fans here? There we go.
You're not as good a witness as he is a QC, but that's important because if you didn't hit him in the head and you've gone to the sin bin and that's a big game, that's a huge loss for your team. They've got to get that right, haven't they?
Yeah, I think so. And, I could only imagine if that was for a preliminary final or grand final 100%. That was on the line. I was so nervous and it was round 1 and 2. So, and we initially said straight away that we didn't believe I hit him in the head, and then there were some still shots that proved it. And, it's important.
But they kind of react to the collision and the crowd and everything like that. And then there's this compulsion that they've got to service that with some sort of punishment.
Yeah.
But you didn't hit him in the head. End of story.
Yeah. So part of the reason was they thought that I came out with unnecessary force as well, but I don't know.
Well, you tackled him too hard.
Well, Dad argued the fact that it's not against the rules to use force, and that's part of the great game of rugby league.
I thought it was ridiculous. I remember seeing it. I thought penalties will be sufficient. Then you get 10 in the bin. The issue for me, though, is right across the board. you see that happen that week. Then the next week over in Vegas, we see Burns hit Ponga in the head. Ponga stays down for a couple of minutes, realises that he's going to get a penalty, then realises that if he stays down too long, he can go for a HIA. Burns gets 10 to the bin, now faces a grade 2, could be suspended for a couple of weeks. And Ponga stays on the field, doesn't go for HIA. And then we see Critters one, where direct force straight, this is what we hear from the referee, that's what we heard the referee that night, direct contact with the head. Now, Critter made direct contact with the head, but wasn't sent to the sin bin. How?
Nathan, I want to know how you're going with some of the rule changes that have happened over the summer as well. There seems to be a real bracing of the attacking side of things, the extended interchange as well. What have you made of it all?
Yeah, I don't mind the extended interchange. I think it puts those guys in a hard position though. So we had a guy in the week in Carney going, he made his club debut, but he wasn't sure if he was going to get on or not. So it's like you can't really celebrate those things till after the fact now. But that's just, rolling with the punches. And I think it does create better scenarios for the HIAs, and some teams, they weren't carrying any utilities on the bench last year, and they had an HIA to the outside back, completely changes the game. So I don't mind it in that regard, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Couple of questions. Firstly, in review of last season, I mean, I don't think you lost it at the end of the year. You probably lost it in the first half of the season, set yourself a big task. What's different this year about it? And in previous years, being defending premiers, you've been World Club Challengers or you've been to Vegas. This year, you've sort of flown in under the radar to that perfect round one game. What's the feeling different this year compared to last year's?
Yeah, a bit of continuation. Continuation from last year. Also, the fact that we didn't lose a significant member of the squad as well. Every year, we've lost one or two huge members of the team. So this year we pretty much kept the same 17. So that definitely helped. Not going overseas, as you touched on, and sort of gave all of us a full pre-season. And yeah, I agree. I think last year it was a massive effort to get back to the finals after where we were after 12 rounds or so, coming dead last. But there were things in those first 12 rounds that reared their head in that Broncos game, I think. We addressed that, and a lot of it was around our training standards, keeping each other accountable, having trust to do that as well, and really valuing that teamwork side of things. And yeah, I think the pre-season's been great, but you got to invest in that every week. It's not something that you can just turn on when you need to come finals. So I thought it was proven last final series.
In your team, a lot of the blokes that don't get the raps are the ones that probably deserve it. Your forwards, I thought, were really good the other night, really diligent.
They are immense, our forwards, honestly. They've been the absolute backbone of our team over the last 5-6 years, and you're right, I think they do get overlooked sometimes. There's actually a lot of guys in our team that just put their body on the line, put the team first each and every week, and without those guys, you just can't have a high-performing team. And very grateful to play alongside not only those forwards, but the rest of those guys out there as well. We
interviewed Dylan Edwards coming off the field at half-time. We were talking about what round one football looks like, and he said something. He said, you have to put your ego in your back pocket and play for the team. And it looked like you played the perfect round one sort of mentality, and it really frustrated them into plenty of errors during the game. I suppose that was the idea of the night.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely not going to be too many pretty tries in round one. We knew that, and we knew we had to invest in our defence and that teamwork side of things to get a result and put them in tough positions. And yeah, you sort of look at the tries we scored, and they were all, I guess you look at it as sort of lucky sometimes, but we're putting ourselves in the right positions to capitalise on it, and that was the most important thing.
Casey McLean, how good is he?
He's just scratching the surface. He could be absolutely anything. Some of the things he does at training, he rolls into training with a bedhead every single morning. But
isn't that the look these days?
Yeah, well, he's only 19, so he's
That's
just
crazy.
at home playing PlayStation, then rolls in, and he's just an absolute freak. But he does, once he gets into training, his attention to detail and his willingness to get better, and just his care for the game as well is really impressive.
No, if you're 28, you've still got plenty of footy in front of you. But many people, like us, believe you're the best player in the game currently. Represented Australia, represented New South Wales, a couple of Clive Churchills, 4 premierships. What is it that you think about or you want to try and work on and get better at every single day?
Well, I think that's what drives me, is that the opportunity to try and get better every single day, and that's probably more of a holistic approach, not only as a footy player but as a person and as a leader now too. There's so many young guys coming into our squad. We're having lunch today and there's a young guy in our squad. He's born in 2008. And I was just like, this is just unbelievable. I'm 11 years older than this guy. Like, what is going on? But that offers, new opportunities for us as the senior figures to, turn these guys into NRL players and make them the best that they can be. And I really enjoy that aspect of it. And, I don't sort of see my journey as I've got to tick off the premierships or the medals and all that sort of stuff. I think that's a byproduct of the day-to-day grind and, just trying to squeeze the lemon of the talent I have as much as I can.
When the Melbourne Storm took on the Eels, they put 52 points on them. I'd love to know what you thought about the way that they handled the ruck. And obviously they've always been all over that and they made so many of their metres through the middle. Harry Grant came in and he dominated it. But even just the new rules and how much they are calling up those 6 agains and gaining that momentum, do you think that at the moment they're coming into this as prepared as you possibly could be? Because it really didn't look like they missed too many opportunities. And also maybe just your take on Harry Grant as a whole and the way that he conducted that whole performance.
Yeah, well, I think just their spine as a whole, like they are probably the best when there's one marker or a quick ruck, and they're all genuine ball runners and so strong and got a great awareness of the game. And you saw Harry the other night, there was so many times that, their strong forwards would leave one player down and there'd be one marker and Harry would just get out and just be conducting it all. I thought they were amazing. They were definitely the best team on the weekend, I reckon, just the way they played and the way they connected. I think their spine just does that so well when they generate a quick ruck. They're ready to play and they're all very strong ball carriers.
How did you find playing with Harry? I mean, is he difficult to read? I mean, have you got to be more alert with him? Is it much of a combination, or are you trying to tap into more the way he runs?
It's definitely different, I was trying to tap into what he's sort of looking for and where he's going to go. But a lot of the time, it's sort of hard to predict that. So I think the more you get to play with players like that, the better you understand them and know their sort of nuances of what they usually do. It was a little bit different, but again, just such a great player to play with and really controls that ruck and jumps out much more than someone like Mitch Kenny. But it's sort of adapt into that and find the right holes to run into.
So the Eels on the receiving end big time there. That first 10 minutes, if you're a Parramatta fan, you're thinking this might be the year. How do they find that and do another 7 times over this week against the Broncos?
Yeah, well, Para have a great side, and I think they were just blown away a bit by some of the ruck speed and Melbourne spine just capitalising on that. But you look for their team and they're very dangerous, and they showed that. They had 12 men at the start and they put on a great try. But I just thought they got a bit blown away, and I think what better scenario than up at the Bronx to turn it around, and I'm sure they'll put in a big performance.
You're talking about game speed. I mean, a lot of the people are talking about the 6 agains and the increase in 6 agains and the speed of the game. Did it feel different, the football on the weekend? Did it look different to you compared to what it was last year?
Not really, to be honest. I don't think it was too different. I think the game as a whole right now is very fast anyway, but I think it makes it enjoyable to watch. I think it's just momentum's a big part of it, and a lot of people talk about that, but that was such a big part of it last year too. So, it's finding the best ways to deal with momentum when it's against you, but also, capitalising on it when you have that momentum.
Nace, one more before we hear from the Hello Sport boys and their take on your current predicament at home. Zac Lomax today announcing 2 years off to rugby union. Western Force wants to be a Wallaby in 27 at a World Cup here in Australia. This one will divide opinion in the rugby league world, whether or not some have got that view. Don't let the door hit you on the you-know-what on the way out and never come back. Would you like to see Zac? Are you disappointed with how this has played out?
Yeah, it's sort of hard to say. It feels like it's been a bit of a whirlwind, this whole saga. At the end of the day, Zac was probably jumped the gun a bit early leaving Para, but we're also losing such a great player from our game. So I'm sure it's torn from both sides. I know what Para fans would be thinking, but at the end of the day, I think we want our best talent staying in the NRL. So. All the best to him. I'm sure he'll kill it there.
Well, at the moment, he's only signed for 2 years. So if he comes back to rugby league, I know you played a lot of junior rugby union. What are some of the skills that he could learn and I guess come back and contribute even more to league? Because he's already a weapon of a player. We know that. That's why we don't want to lose him.
Yeah.
But what do you sort of think he can bring back if he comes back to league?
I think it's just an experience thing as well. I think, you grow by doing different things and, obviously he's got the opportunity with the World Cup next year in rugby union to take that on. But, I think he's such a threat in the air, so I'd love to be able to see that once him take that over to union. They've also got Joe Suoliti there as well. So, hopefully one day they all end up back in league. That'd be nice and bringing back new skills. But, we'll have to wait and see.
Big loss for the Blues, no doubt, with no Lomax there.